Was in the House chamber when it was being attacked a week ago today. That was a moment that called for leadership. I was hoping to see the president rapidly try to de-escalate, try to denounce, try to stop the violence from occurring, and he abandoned his post. To me, that was disqualifying. My heart broke in that time seeing folks ransacking the Capitol. And since then, the president has not accepted responsibility. You know, I hold the seat that was held by Gerald Ford for 25 years before he was elevated to the White House. You know, he pardoned Richard Nixon, but that was after Richard Nixon resigned and was held accountable for his actions. And here, there must be accountability.
Are you disappointed, Congressman, that more of your fellow Republicans in the House didn't vote yes in favor of impeachment?
You know, I respect the way that a lot of my colleagues came to their decision. I think many of them thought that there was impeachable conduct, but shared concerns that I have about the process, about the timeline that's been offered, about whether or not this would stoke further division. You know, at the end of the day, this was a vote of conscience, and this is where my conscience led me.
I know some of your Republican colleagues agreed with you, but they thought that impeaching the president would only create yet more divisions in our country. It's already so divided, as we know. What did you make of that argument?
No, I respect that argument, but that's not where I come down. I think unless we address this and tackle it head on, unless we make sure to send a resounding message that this is not acceptable, then we risk just papering over some of these divisions, and then the wounds will never truly heal, unless we air them out, unless we fully understand what happened, and unless we send that signal that this is not something that can ever be acceptable from an American leader.
The number 3 Republican in the House, Liz Cheney, she agreed with you. She voted in favor of impeachment, and now there are some calls from some Republicans out there for her to step down from her leadership position. Do you worry about what this impeachment vote is going to do for the future of the Republican Party?
I think it'll be clarifying. I support Liz Cheney's decision. She has exhibited tremendous leadership in this moment. I'm proud to have her in the caucus. I have her back on some of those tough calls. We may disagree on policy, but again, she stood up for what she believes in, and you can't help but respect that. I'm worried about the recriminations. I think it's important that we as a party, again, have accountability, but realize that there's more that unites us than divides us, but we have to make sure that those who played a role in this are held responsible.
We heard from the Republican leader in the House, Kevin McCarthy, on the floor today, finally saying something others in your party are clearly unwilling to say, that Joe Biden won the election. Is it too late for that, though?
I think it's never too late to have folks tell their supporters, people who trusted them, tell them the truth. We need to get past this big lie that this was a stolen election. I have sincere concerns about voter integrity, about election integrity. Those are issues. But this wasn't a landslide re-election for Donald Trump. This wasn't a stolen election. None of those claims played out in court. And it's time we settle that once and for all, because unless we come to that shared reality, then we're not going to be able to fully heal from this moment.
The Republican leader in the Senate, the majority leader right now, soon to be minority leader, Mitch McConnell, is making it clear that there will be no impeachment trial before Joe Biden is sworn in as president next Wednesday. Do you think that's the right decision?
I trust that Senator McConnell will do what he thinks is best for the country. He's shown that he cares about the institution, that he cares about the nation, and I'm sure whatever timeline he proposes will be appropriate.
Have you spoken, Congressman, to any of your Senate colleagues, Republican Senate colleagues, about whether they would vote yes in favor of convicting the president? You guys have impeached him, but now it's up to the Senate to decide. You need a 2/3 majority in the Senate to convict.
I have not yet, but again, that's where the trial comes into play. That's where we'll have an opportunity to see what evidence is presented. Now, remember, it's been a week, and this has been an unprecedented fast impeachment. At the same time, the assault on our Capitol was likewise unprecedented. What we know now is damning and disqualifying, and I'm sure there is more information that will come out, and it will not be exculpatory.
One final question, Congressman, before I let you go. Are you worried about any threats that might be coming toward your way because you voted in favor of impeaching the president?
I am, but I'm not going to let that sway my decision. I think if we give, the assassin's veto, if we give the insurrectionist veto, we lose something in this country, and I won't let that happen.
Well, you're a courageous man, and we're grateful to you for joining us, Representative Peter Meijer of Michigan. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll continue this conversation for sure down the road.
Thank you, Wolf.
Stay safe out there. On this historic day,